My sister slid a breadbasket toward my son and said, "We didn't order for him." Her voice was even. My dad chuckled. "Shoulda packed something." Their boys cut into $100 steaks while mine stared at cold sourdough. I smiled and let one word fall between the glasses. Noted. Heads turned. They thought it ended there. It didn't. People ask what my family's like, and I say complicated. It's faster than explaining the hierarchy I grew under, where my parents treated my sister Kendall like glass and me like concrete. I, Mara, was the solver, the one who didn't need much. She was the project. Strength seems noble until it buys you invisibility. I'm 35, a single mom to Noah, 9, watchful, the kind of kid who notices and says little. I manage operations at a charter school in Tempe. My parents live 30 minutes away in Phoenix, same house. Dad thinks discipline is love. Mom thinks silence is peace. I went every Sunday until the math stopped working. Their 45th anniversary felt like a truce. I booked a Scottsdale steakhouse and had their 1978 wedding photo restored, framed, heavy. Noah wore his navy blazer and squeezed my hand through the doors, through jazz, sear smoke, and clinking. Kendall and her husband, Brett, were already anchored in the booth. She didn't stand. Mom air-kissed. Dad didn't look up. The gift bag waited beside me like a spare chair. When the waiter came, I rose. "Cancel anything not fired. What's coming? Put on my father's tab. It is his anniversary." And for Noah, ribeye, medium rare, truffle fries, Coke. His eyes met mine. He understood. We ate, they burned, we left. That night, the messages stacked. Missed calls from Mom, a voicemail from Dad, a scrolling essay from Kendall. "You owe half $1,200. I typed one word, noted, and left it unsent. Noah slept. The house felt clean. Morning knock, my parents and Kendall at the porch, sunglasses, folded arms, an envelope pinched like evidence. They came in. Dad set the bill on my counter. "You agreed to half." "Actually, I agreed to host. You agreed to humiliate my kid," I said. "You embarrassed us," Mom whispered. Kendall added, "Everyone's talking. You looked unhinged." I laughed. If unhinged means feeding my son, then yes. A pickup rumbled to the curb. Uncle Henry and Aunt May walked in because I'd texted, "Be here." Henry nodded. "You good, Mara?" "Perfect." May drew a folder from her tote and spread photocopies. Rent transfers, utilities, groceries, birthday gifts. Kendall's name on some, mine on most. Kendall paled. "You kept records?" "I keep receipts for people who forget how much they take." Mom's fingers trembled. "Enough. This is private." "Then act like a family," May said. I opened the envelope, counted out $600, and set it on the invoice. "Here's half. Not from guilt. So I sleep knowing you didn't get it all." Dad flushed. Kendall shook. "You're pathetic," she said. "No, I'm done," I answered. "You mistook favoritism for love." They filed out. The door clicked. 2 hours later, another knock. "Child Services. Anonymous report." 2 women toured the rooms, asked questions, admired Noah's art. "We can tell this was a misunderstanding," one said. After they left, I gathered everything, receipts, texts, and an old letter I'd tucked away. It explained more than any fight ever had. The letter was brittle, my mother's script. "I don't think I'll ever bond with this second child. I'm too tired to try." 35 years collapsed into one sentence. I slept and woke with a plan. I called Karen, a lawyer who speaks like glass. We sent a cease and desist to my parents and Kendall. Harassment, false reporting, contact through counsel only. When an attorney answered with grandparent visitation, Karen smiled. "Arizona won't bless control dressed as concern," she said. We filed our detailed response with receipts, the CPS notice stamped unfounded, and that letter. 3 days later, the petition died on the docket, I told Noah after school. "So they can't bother us?" "No, baby, not anymore." He exhaled like he'd been holding the roof up. I changed the locks. Updated my will, naming Henry and May as Noah's guardians if the sky falls. The house finally breathed. Brett texted a screenshot of a transfer, half the rent I'd covered, no apology. Then, I'm leaving her. Take care of yourself. I deleted both. Not everything deserved to live on my phone. A week later, I passed my mother in the produce aisle. She studied apples like they might absolve her. I walked by without slowing. For once, I didn't build her a bridge. Noah and I drove north to Prescott, pitched a tent by Goldwater Lake, roasted marshmallows until our fingers sugared. The stars were reckless and clear. "You seem lighter," he said. "I am," I told him. "Freedom weighs less than obedience." He leaned against my shoulder. We listened to water on the rocks, to wind through pines, to the quiet I chose. If you've had to draw a line to save your peace, tell me where you're listening from tonight. We are not alone.